Hey, family. Do this is the Couch Talk Show. Do this is the Couch Talk. We can talk about this. Do women really want a king of a man? Come on, TikTok. Y'all like talking about stuff like this. Do women really want a king of a man? Gotta ask yourself. Y'all know I try to stay away from a lot of the messy, chaotic stuff. Y'all know that, right? That's not me. But I thought about this after OG and I ended last night. Check this out. It talks about 5 phases, right? I put something in myself. Because if a man, hey Astrid, if a man don't know where he came from, he won't know where he's going. And as a man that been married twice, been in numerous outside relationships, I think I know what I want today. So look, this is what I start understanding as a loving, caring, kind, considerate man, right? I ain't say I was perfect. But look, compassionate. A king leads with empathy and understanding. 2, warm and sensitive. Mind y'all, I wrote this as over to Chat GBT, talking about my character, my personality, right? They filled in the blanks. Warm and sensitive. He connects deeply and shows up with a heart. 3, y'all know I always say, I'm a loving, kind, and right here it said loving, kindness, and gentleness. Still talking about my personality, right? He treats his queen like royalty with love and respect. Remember what I said? If a woman come in my life, she ain't got nothing to worry about. I got her. I spoil women. 4, take care of his responsibilities, wife and family. A king protects, provides, and put his family first. Family matters to me. Remember I told y'all, I said Barbara Jean taught me since I was a kid. Men take care of their responsibilities. She taught me how to cook, clean, sew, all that stuff. So I know what I bring to the marriage. I know. See, a lot of y'all like hearing bull crap, and you run off of that. Not here. 5, he knows how to listen and communicate with his queen. And the reason why I put that there, because number 1, I refuse to be in an abusive relationship. And when I say that, I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I am not going to sell myself to you for you to beat me down and try to defame me as a human being. I'm not going to let you do it. I've been there before, and I refuse to allow it to happen again. So if you're a loudmouth person and you like to overtalk people, you're mainly your man. It's like whatever you want to get out is more important than your husband. I've been there, did that, done that, not again. Now, this goes on to say he values her voice and builds a strong, honest connection. If we're going to talk, let's talk. Let's communicate. But talking at each other is not going to help. And this is what the couch talk. The couch is about today. Do women really want a king of a man? Stop adjusting yourself to fit your mate. That's the way a lot of people manipulate us, want to try to mold and shape us, make us out to be who they want us to be, rather than appreciating us for who we are. I refuse it. Now that I'm older, I done been through certain things. I'm not going to let you do that to me. I'm not. And if you got an issue with that, keep it moving. So when I hear a lot of people on here talking about trying to mold and shape their mates, I know they're in trouble right now.
I'm gonna say that right now, and I'm gonna be honest. Chris just went on vacation. He just left today, and he wants to try to tell me what to do and how to do it, and also about me sleeping. Meaning is, I do have a bad habit of sleeping until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Well, and the reason why is because of having insomnia, which he doesn't understand. And I have explained to him multiple times, and he says that I'm making it up. Like, how can I make that up when I've been on medications for a very long time and trying to fix the problem? I have, again, trying to get up early, like, I don't know, like maybe 11 or 12. But again, he thinks that's still late. I don't know what to say anymore, because again, with trying to tell me what to do while he's away, I think it's just out of line.
I'm going to say this right now. Do not call my phone till after 11 o'clock. If you call me earlier than that, 9 times out of 10, I am not going to answer. That's why people that knows me know. Don't call Steve before 12. Stuff like that. I'm not adjusting my life for nobody else.
Exactly.
And I'm not, I mean, come on. When you got somebody telling you stuff like that, that's not healthy.
And I did. I told him that the other day. I said, you're being unhealthy with it. And then he says to me, no, you just need to start learning. And I said, okay, whatever. And then again, wants to talk about my job that I have. It's none of his business about what I do. So I don't question about, his job. I don't say anything about it, because it's not my place. And then wants to get on me about me trying to get a vehicle. I can't even get one right now because it's too expensive. And then trying to get insurance is expensive. So again, I have to explain to him so many times that, I'm grateful that, that my father can drive me to him. But now my dad is getting upset now because of them going on 2 trips this year. And he said he was mad because they didn't invite me. And he said to me, well, he just said this to me a little while ago, well, hopefully the next cruise, hopefully that's next year, and hopefully you are going. And I said, I will make sure. Because they're supposed to contact me and tell me what it's going to cost and everything. The one that they're on now. So, but if I don't get to go any place next year, he said that he's going to have it's going to be a long talk with them, because it's not fair to me, because I went out of my way to go get my passport, and that was a lot of money. And I can be honest, it was about $200, and it's not cheap.
I mean, I'm gonna just say this: is it clicking that they really don't care for you, and you trying to force yourself in people's lives that don't want to be bothered with you?
Well, they did what they had this plan. This was last summer. They planned it, and then they told me about it. They did, and they come out and said, well, we're not sure if you had the money. And I was like, money, there's no problem with having to pay for it, because I have the money. It's not like I'm broke.
Candy, I'm gonna say this one more time. Do you realize they really don't care to be bothered with you? Because if either way, if you didn't have money, Chris, that's supposed to be your man, take care of your portion. I wouldn't wait a minute, Candy, wait a minute, because you making excuses. My son, him and his girlfriend travels a lot. They do a lot together. She goes out of town with her family, right? He's invited, but he just chooses not to go because my son is kind of private, right? But the point is, they try to accept him, because his girlfriend is YT. And at one point, I was trying to make sure that the family accepted him, right? Mm-hmm. So I think you had an issue a little bit earlier. Now, I was going to confront the sister because the sister raised her sister, which is his girlfriend, and they've been together since Catholic school. But, excuse me, I wanted her to know, number one, little Steve ain't your ordinary black kid. You get me? Yeah. Like low bottom. I God forgive me for saying that word, because I try not to say that type of stuff when it comes to our people, when it comes to the less fortunate. But that's what I wanted them to know. My son is not your average, ghetto person, or low bottom, if that's the way they wanted to look at it, TikTok. Yeah. But either way, they know him a little better now, because his goal is to be a professional soccer player. That's where he's at. That's his vision. That's his mission. Her goal, she's in college to be a nurse. My thing is, them two, if he makes the decision like he's doing to go overseas, and if they decide to get married, then that means she's going to have to go to do something different. So this is between them when that time comes. But anyway, normally when people make plans to go somewhere, even if you just coming in, they already got the plans, they got the space, if you have to just be in the room with him, point blank. So the goal was to set you up to go. They didn't want you to go. There's no justification to it. And nowhere in the world.
And I did say that. I said, I just think, I came out and told him when I was over there last, I said, I think it's because you don't want me to go. No, there's just certain times that, I just want it to be me and my dad, and there's times that I want you to go. I said, okay, so what is the problem with me going on a 2-week cruise? Well, you told me that you would get homesick. I said I got homesick the first time I went 20 years ago. And that was only a 10-day cruise. That was that was 20 years ago. I was with my parents. And again, I don't know. I don't know if I would get homesick or whatever. I really don't know. So, but
To me right now, Candy, all of that is irrelevant because I'm looking at the relationship. It's no justification for it. It's none. If that's your
yeah,
man, if that's your man, if that's your man, y'all committed to each other. He lives with his father. That's number one, a bad flag.
yeah,
Goes to show
he
he's
lives
not responsible living with his
exactly.
father.
He lives with his parents. His mother, his mother's got something wrong with her. I don't know. I don't have a clue. His father has said to him and has said it to me. You know, I wish he would move out, but he's so afraid that I'll do something without him. And I said, well, I think if that time comes and we all sat down together and talked about it, then it would probably be fine. I don't know. But to be honest, he is up his father's behind. It's not even funny. So the fucking lights. Sorry.
Tell Auntie cut that out.
She always cusses all the time. That's just her manner.
I hear. Tell her I said hi. Cut it out, Auntie.
Steve says stop cussing.
Didn't I meet her?
Yes.
Hey, Queen.
She's
Yeah.
in the other room.
Okay. Yeah, because I know I met your mother and your aunt.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, was that the same one? That's all.
They both look alike. All three of them look alike.
Well, I tell you what, they some beautiful people. I'm talking about personality, character, and all of that. They treated me like family.
Well, I don't know if I told you, my mom has dementia.
I'm just hearing it.
Yeah. My dad's taking care of her. She had to retire. So now he's tending to her and he's getting ready to retire from the port. So, and he takes care of her and I take care of my aunt.
Look, I just want to say congratulations. But I thought about something that was said yesterday because my sister takes care of my cousin. And I think she gets paid like OG was saying for taking care of my cousin. I think she got like a hospital bed and all of that in her room.
There's a program that I was looking at that's through Medicaid,
right,
where they could pay me for taking care of her.
Right,
and I have to look into it more. So, but that's another thing too.
But you need to, because number one, say like even though you work or you doing other things, but you with her, and be honest with you, get them to pay you, because if they either way,
that's more or less like a caregiver, like I have. So basically, look into your how can I say this? You remember when it was called the old DHS? Your state facility that gives out your food stamps and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I actually did. What I did was I looked it up, and it says that I would have to go. Yeah, I would have to go through social services to be able to do that. So, and I have to get in contact with them, and especially going up there. Oh my God, it's such a pain in the butt.
I know,
but you're not going to do anything besides grab the paperwork, fill it out, and then if she's capable enough to sign her name, have her sign the name, and then take it back up there. You'll get a phone call within maybe 24 to 48 hours later, or maybe the same day. and they'll tell you yes, you can do that.
I'll have to go up there, but I know they're gonna probably ask me because I actually get food stamps, so I don't know.
Don't Candy, do not worry about that.
That's not gonna matter.
That's like my biggest fear if I got cut off.
No, what happens, you are right now a provider.
They might cut your food stamps, but they can't take them from you because you'll be making, I don't know, it depends on what mama needs to be taken care of.
It said, when I looked it up, it said they would pay me to $15 to $20. I don't know if it's like a week, a month, I don't know.
Okay, so if you're adding it up like that, you will get about $1,400 every month. 2 weeks. Right. 2 weeks after 2 weeks into every month is when you'll get your caregiver check.
All right, I'll have to go look into that. I'm actually going to jump off because I gotta get ready to go out again.
All righty.
All right, have a good evening.
You too, and thanks, Queen. You already know I'm here no matter what. Thanks, Queen.
Yep.
Love you.
Bye.
Do women really want a king of a man? You know what, bro? Women are scared of people like us because I can identify with every last one of them questions. And you know what? Yeah, no, it takes a very special someone, you know, that your lady would like, but you know, mentally, I don't think they're ready.
That's why I put that there, because number one, when you know who you are as a man and what you bring to the marriage, I was gonna say commitment as well, but I look at the marriage, right? I know who I am. I know what I bring. This time, being older, I want us, when little things happen, to be able to communicate and talk about it rather than yelling and screaming and going through all of that. I don't want that. I don't want it because I've been through it and it was a power struggle. So I just feel like, you know, don't try to mold and shape your mate. Allow them to be who they are because you can't change them. You can't. Yeah, I got personal experience behind that. So my thing is just loving the individual for who they are, good and bad. You gotta love the whole person and understand that stuff is gonna happen. You know, I'm just saying it because, like I said, that was personal for me as a responsible, productive man. Barbara Jean taught me very well. I don't know what else to say. And I feel like if you don't appreciate what's here, then it's not for you. I'm not for you.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that too. I mean, you got some women that wants a king, and once they get that king, they don't know how to handle that king because that king brings a lot more to the table than you would ever think. And mostly for me, my wife actually, you know what, she was actually the only one that was very queen material for me at the time. And then when she left, yeah, it's hard for me now to try to find someone that's in my bracket of where I'm at in my life you know, because I do have God first in my life, then I have myself. But when my wife was alive, it was God first, then my mate, and then me. Mama's kids and everybody else had to wait.
I was reading what Tim put down there. He said, a good man versus nice guy. They cannot handle a man with principles. See, Tim, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And see, it's not everybody. You know what I mean? Because it can be vice versa. Because I want a woman that knows how to appreciate herself, take care of herself. Because I feel like as long as she know how to love herself and care for herself, she's only going to feed me back that, you know. But then I got to keep in mind, huh?
She's gonna give you back that positive energy.
Right. So I mean, you get it, OG, because
of course
we ain't got time. Well, we ain't got time for it, bro. I ain't trying to sit up here and argue with nobody. And I don't like that dress you got on. I was thinking about this too. Look, God is queen. I was thinking about this, right? If she's sexy, when I meet her, she's beautiful, gorgeous, a big turn on. She better stay a turn on when we in the room. You know, whatever. Yeah, I'm like, why do people? Well, I don't like this. I don't like that. If she's sexy and gorgeous and exciting, and once we're in the, I want you to be like that throughout the marriage. All of a sudden, now you want to be holier than thou. You please. If look, I'm trying to watch my words, but if you was a freak when I met you, be a freak when we get married. TikTok, I was trying to think of another word to put there. Because look, whatever happens in the bedroom with the husband, right, thank you.
It better stay in the fucking bedroom, because if not, you getting the hell out of my house.
Look. We can bring toys in there. We can have fun. That's us. If I know you like extra, you know, go, come on, let's have fun. But now, that threesome thing with another human being, I don't know. But when it comes to us, and I'm going to say the toys, the excitements, you know, that will turn you on even more in the bedroom. You have to keep the fire alive.
Bro, I will never, ever get into a devil's triangle. No way, no how, no shit. No, bro.
Ooh.
No, I mean I've done it with 2 women, but never with another gentleman doing.
Right.
No, nobody was getting that close to my wife like that. Hell no. I'm sorry.
But you know what? The God is the reason why I said that too, because my pastor, you know, he said, whatever happens in the bedroom between the husband and the wife, go. So if you the type that I'm gonna say like handcuffs and all this type of stuff, that's in the bedroom. That's y'all. Whatever for TikTok's sake, you know, turns that y'all on. You get me? Right. And when he said that, right? Wait a minute, OG. I'm trying to make sure I turn this up some more. Make sure it's up. Look, when he said that, that helped me to understand actually keeping the excitement going. And another one that he said that really got me, family. I'm gonna say this because I was told a long time ago. Never try to mold and shape your mate. Accept them and love them for who they are. And see, I was told that years and years ago when I was dating this younger female. An older guy told me, he said, do not try to steal her independence. And I said, what you mean? He said, try to shape her and mold her out to be who you want her to be. So I learned that over 30 years ago. But keep in mind, when we are in relationships, we might not like certain things that person like. You know, I wasn't a big sports person. I like horror movies. My family don't like horror movies. I'm going to watch horror movies. But it was times when my wife and little Steve came in the room and they turned on sports. So from time to time, I would just participate. I didn't know what the heck I was looking at, what was going on. But if that wasn't my thing. But still, I would participate if that's what she wanted to watch. That's what she liked. The same with me. She didn't have to come to NA meetings. She did not have to show up and do what I did. That was my life. So she didn't really understand the process of a man sponsoring another man. You know, that or talking with men to help empower them and encourage them and motivate them. In her eyesight, that was some crazy stuff. I said, no, that's what we do as recovering addicts. We sponsor men and women. We help them deal with a lot of personal issues. Well, anyway, she didn't understand, and it wasn't for me to actually keep trying to make her understand. It was for me to continue doing what God delivered me from and helping other people. It didn't matter. So I never stopped. I stopped taking my kids when they were 6 and 7, stuff like that, because it wasn't for them. It was for me to get my life together. And I'm only saying that, family, because we have to learn to stop trying to mold and shape our mates. That's where a lot of the arguments, the chaos, the confusion. I don't want you hanging with this one. I don't want you hanging with that one. All of a sudden, they had best friend males before you met them. All of a sudden, then they can't have them because you don't trust them. Let's be honest. You don't trust them. Well, because they might look at you the wrong way. Yeah, some do, but that don't mean they want them straight out, or they make it clear. If I'm hanging with a woman, she's beautiful as all outdoors. I recognize that. That don't mean I gotta have her. That don't mean I gotta have her. Even though my flesh might be like, boy, I want that, blah, blah, blah. No.
I did the opposite. I got the most prettiest female out of the little town that I was living in, bro. Everybody wanted this woman and everything. So when I took her off the list, being single now, people went berserk, bro. They went berserk. How can that man get a hold of that? And she, see, I know better. I'm a God's child, and so is she. God, trust me, childs can recognize childs when it's necessary.
One thing about my first wife, OG, when we was younger, she knew I had a lot of other friends. She knew that. And when Rick James came out with that song, I used to love them and leave them. She said, Steve, that's you. I used to love them and leave them. And she told me that because that's when I met her, I was running. And then actually I was talking to her sister. Some kind of way her and I started talking, and it went further. So it happens. It was a lot of females that I went after, and if they prolonged me getting with them and they had sisters, I end up sneaking around the corner with the sisters. You can
my
see.
wife.
Come on.
My wife was the baby out of 5 girls. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Her other sisters look okay, but She came out with the looks, the body, the shape, the everything. I mean, this woman was a dime piece when I met her. When I married her, she was still a dime piece, so it didn't matter. But the point is, I accepted her the way that she was. And she looked at me and she says, well, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, just be yourself.
Yep.
Just do you, be yourself, and go on with your life like nothing's going on. But just remember one thing. I always believed in God first. And as long as I believe in God first, I can believe in you. Because without that belief from him, I can't believe you at all. And from then on, bro, we were good. We were good. Because I set my boundary and I told her, look, I'm this, I'm that. I'm tired of the BS. I don't want no more arguments. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to live a peaceful, quiet life with my wife. She agreed. We came up here where we're at now. Oh man, she was so happy, so peaceful, so joyful. She didn't want to leave this place. But, God has a reason for taking his angels.
Amen. I said that because I sent my niece and them a message about, well, my niece and my great nieces and them graduating, right, from high school, going to college. My brother not here to see it. My mother not here to see it. And I sent them a message over there that they jumping for joy. Now to flip it, I'm here to see it. My other brother's here to see it. And my niece sent me back a message and said, love you, Uncle Steve. And I know they do because, I'm so proud of their mother, which is my oldest niece. I'm so proud of how their mother raised 4 independent women, as she is. One of my nieces, she's like a model. She comes on here from time to time. She'll come through. Beautiful. Got a son, I think her son about 18. I'm proud of her. My other niece, her sister, does wigs, cosmetologist. I'm so proud of her. The other 2, one just graduated, young. She only 17, so she graduated a year early. She going to Towson, I believe. She was invited. She was accepted at a lot of colleges from what my niece and them posted. But I think she chose Towson, I'm sorry. And I think she going into the nursing field. That's what her great-grandmother used to do. My mother worked with the elderlies. My aunt worked with the elderly. My daughter is an LPN. She works with clients as well. All of them. Basically doing what their grandmother or great-grandmother used to do. And I'm so proud of it. I watched 2 of my nieces become airplane stewardess. One of my nieces went into the Air Force. Where'd that come from? And then when I look at my nephews, right, we might have 1, and I'm talking about 2, 1 or 2, my family that I had to talk to about the street life. and warn them, give them a heads up about that life. If you want to travel that lane, what comes with it. So when I talked with my niece not too long ago, I said, how they doing? She said, they working. One of them went and got a room for him and his girlfriend. They working. The other one, he's working. And I was glad to hear that, because my thing is, I didn't want the streets to take them. Because I know what that lifestyle can bring. I was out there. I was once part of that, wreaking havoc and mayhem in my own community. So when I say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, when people like to run off of their mouth and say, you knew what you was doing was wrong, you knew, I justified it to make it right. You could not tell me when I was caught up in it I was wrong. Because I lied to myself. I manipulated myself. I played games with myself because I wasn't being true to myself. So I had to see it. You might see it clear as day. That's why I can share the way I do. Because at one point, you could not tell me I was wrong. You could say it, but I didn't believe it. That's all I'm trying to get to. But now I understand very, very clearly what some of you be saying. I understand very, very clearly when people say, if you want to cheat, just leave. Sounds good, don't it? Eventually, after cheating, I left. So now when I look back over certain statements that people make, it sounds simple, but I know the work that it took for this cheater to get away and stay away because they didn't deserve it. Can you fix it? No, you can't. Those are issues that I had to address, problems I had to address, stuff I had to fix. Do I regret it? No, I don't. Because it's personal experience that I learned from what to do and not to do. Be more careful next time. You learn from your mistakes. That's why I look at people, and whenever they're going through something, my thing is go through it. Learn from it. If I have some experience in that area, I will share with you to let you know I was once there. And these are the steps that I was able to take to come up out of that situation and stay up out of it a day at a time. That's the recovery process. A lot of people can't feed you that. A lot of people don't know how to encourage you, motivate you, empower you. They say things to beat your spirit down, thinking they helping you. You already feeling down. You already feeling out, lost, confused. That's why, and I'm getting ready to go back to the prompt. I created this prompt. Do women really want a king of a man? Look what it said. A king of a man. Would you really appreciate that king? Through his mistakes, his faults, all of that. And vice versa. King, queen. You get me? But I can only speak from a male's perspective. That's why I don't mind when women talk and say certain things. You learn from a woman what she desires, what she likes, what turns her on, what don't turn her on. So you'll know what not to do. Communication is very, very, very important. Some women might say stuff rather than telling a man you know, how to do this right, how to hit that right, how to, you know, because you know your body. You know your body better than a man. You know what spots he need to hit to really get that thing right. Tell him.
I want him to discover it for himself.
Yeah, it might take him 14 years. And you steady running around, sleeping around with somebody else. Because they didn't hit the spot.
Unless it was me. Unless it was me, because normally I like a good game like that, bro. I really do. Because it teaches us both how to manipulate each other for what we want. So we both play with each other. So it's not just a one-way, it's a two-way. For me, at least. I love playing games. I mean, hell, I found my wife. I found everything about my wife in less than a year. The rest of her life, because I've been known her just about. Well, hell, I knew my wife over 35 years. So I knew what she was doing. She was still out there in the streets doing her, smoking flower and everything else.
Right.
But I mean, you know, God brought her out of there. I happened to snatch her on Memorial Day. Went over to the house looking for her, telling my mother passed away. And when she accompanied me to the funeral, because I don't have nobody that I can go with, she said, yeah, because she knew my mother too. And from then on, we were together pretty much every day. God made sure that it happened that way because she was in a situation that she needed to get out of. So, yeah. There's where a guy came in at.
And you know what? What I started realizing too, and I'm gonna just go back to the courting, to the dating scene, stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I say 3 months. I always said 3 months. You meet the representative. Then after about 3 months, that other side shows up. Now,
well, depending on that person, because I've seen with my first wife, as soon as we got married, she demanded everything. So I knew I was already in trouble then. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I slept with the devil's child, but guess what? I came through it. I still came through it. Well, I'm not, you know what? I still love her, but I was never in love with her.
right.
And she said, well, why are you really with me? And I told her, you really want to know why I'm with you? For comfortability right now. And I told her that. She looked at me like I was crazy.
I'm listening to you, OG. And
Oh, I know.
I hear everything you saying, but I'm going through my Facebook pages and other pages, just posting little comments on the lives. I just want to say this is a beautiful feeling to be able to live stream from TikTok and to be able to stream to 6 other platforms at one time. This is educational for me, family, and OG. That's why we talk about our 12-step spiritual program, about how living more of a godly
better
life.
life.
Yeah. A God.
better-
You heard OG, a better life, a more godly way of life. But
Exactly.
right. And we only, family, just want to give back to others what was freely given to us. And
Yeah.
we're older now, more than anything else in this world. If you listen, a peace of mind. OG has a peace of mind. I have a peace of mind. We're not without our struggles. We're not without
No.
certain things. We just try
No.
our best not to let it beat us down.
And see, and I tell men like this when I first meet them, they be like, well, can you be my sponsor? And I'm like, you know what? If you do not want to hear the raw, honest truth about yourself, I am not the one for you, because I will break you in half. And most of them look at me like, how the hell, why are you done? I'm just telling you the facts, brother. And if you can't handle the facts, then get out the kitchen. You want that soft love. You don't need that tough love. You want that soft love that thinks that's gonna make you go through this program. No, there's somebody who's gonna snatch you, and they ain't gonna be. I mean, they're gonna be worse off than me. So I mean, it's up to you. But no, if you don't want the raw, honest truth, no, don't pick me for no sponsor. Because that's just the kind of person I am. I'm raw, I don't care, and my recovery means everything to me.
Yep.
37 years for nothing. I mean, come on now. I do earn that respect. So therefore, I can delegate how I choose to do my sponsors or my sponsees. So I mean, I'm just done with everybody trying to run over everybody, this, that, and the other, and trying to get a free fucking ride through this program. There's nothing free about this program at all. You're gonna have to fucking work. So I don't know if your stomach is strong enough for it, but come on and give it a try. We dare you. Matter of fact, we want you to. Just to get out of that headspace, we want you to come and join us. You'll see how much better your life will be afterwards. I mean, you're talking to a 37-year clean person and a 33 year survivor. So I mean, come on now. We have our ways of doing things with our sponsees that we can accomplish with them the lessons that we've learned. Sometimes it takes tough love. Sometimes it just takes raw, honest, and pure truth.
Yep.
To get your words through to them, because them are the hard-headed ones that's not going to listen. So therefore, when you get your sponsees, you have several different personalities you have to deal with.
Yep.
At the same time. So therefore, if you've got one that's calm and always by himself, that's a loner. That's a loner. That's the one that stays silent but listens and takes notes. Then you got one that's ADHD. Okay, so now it's a little bit softer, but a little hard on him too. You know, I wouldn't break him like that because he's already going through problems anyway. Why am I making it a bigger issue about recovery for him? Okay, so I'll deal with it. Then you got the one that can't stand you, but they want to learn from you. How do you do that one? Come on, brother, I'm asking you.
How do you do that one?
Yeah, how do you do the one that doesn't like you at all, but still wants to learn from you? What do you do?
You teach him. You teach him.
Even though he don't like you at all.
Well, normally anybody that you teaching, you only showing them how to live a different way from what they're used to doing. You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me, because it's only suggestions. And we get that a lot. I was talking about that I was telling this lady that the other day, with the housing program. When you're dealing with people with attitude, pain, they hurting. Their own mothers, fathers, families don't want to be bothered with them no more because they don't want to listen. So now you are dealing with a lot of hurt people that's been neglected, abandoned, and they coming to you. So in that process, you have to start building up their courage. Come on, Phyllis.
Mm-hmm.
Their confidence.
So I told the young man, I said, okay, number one, I know you don't like me. And number two, you still want to learn from me. I said, you know what, young man, that takes a whole lot of courage to tell a person that. But you know what? I'm still going to teach you. I'm either going to teach you the right way or I'm going to teach you my way. And you may not want to choose my way because I will tell you the raw, honest, nastiest truth about you that you wouldn't even know that I know. I'll break you. Trust me.
Keep in mind, they already know about their sneaky, conniving self. The point is getting them to accept who they are, who they have become, in order to change it. So that's the whole thing with us. Teaching you how to be honest with yourself. That's the first thing. Teaching you how to be honest with yourself. Teaching you to develop an open mind. We talking about faith. Teaching you to be willing to trust. Take the suggestions. In order for you to be able to turn your life around, that's the how of the program. So these are things that people that's empty have to begin to feel back inside. That's why when I post stuff and I'll do the hashtag God is good, then it's about you being honest. That's the truth. It's about you being open-minded. That's about having faith. It's about you being willing to trust. So our hashtag, God is good, the truth, faith, trust, and then I'll put love in there as well, or respect in there as well, healing in there as well, because all of this, everything I'm saying out my mouth is what people do to help those lost to become found. This is what you do. Everybody is not going to be willing to be found. They want to stay lost. They want to stay confused. But the ones that want the help is the ones you give it to. Now, be honest with you, OG, for me, I like the roughnecks. I like the ones that want to play hard. Even with the teenagers, I want them to be disrespectful and all of that so I can correct them as that OG, as that father, as that uncle.
I do too.
That's
Yeah,
I got you. I got you. That's why, for me, it's not a problem. Because I remember being there full of anger and hate and bitterness. So that's what I ran off on. I didn't have a positive role model to help me better understand different.
I didn't either.
That's why when I
Yeah,
started the Teen Talk
The only,
from
the only
13,
family support was
Yep.
my mother.
I mean, I had them there, but look, keep in mind, we all was doing the same things. So I didn't have, I was being fed negative information, even though they might have felt like that was the right thing to do. I'm telling you, my family, I don't throw everybody in a lot. We was the one that did the hustling during that time. My mother and the rest of us. She did what she had to do to raise her children. Her girlfriend was one of the biggest grass growers in Baltimore City. And we became the next biggest grass grower. And not only that, the other stuff as well. So The Wire, I'm very familiar with The Wire. I lived that life. I don't care to watch that. What is it? It's not a movie, but the God dang it, I'm trying to think of what it's called when they play it back and stuff like that. It reminds me too much of that life. It's not the glorified, the series. When you in it, it ain't nothing to glorify. You helping people to understand some of them now. You teaching them how to do things in a more unhealthier way. But it might seem like a healthy way for them, so they won't get caught. Eventually, when you live in a corrupt life, talking about street and all that, it'll come to an end. Either you're gonna end up underground or you're gonna end up in the prison. Choose whichever way you want to go. I'm not ready to go underground. And I ain't trying to be caught up in nobody's slave plantation. Telling me when to get up, when to eat, when to sleep. Come on.
When the piss. Fuck that. I don't need that shit either.
I'm saying it because I don't see how a lot of men can be comfortable and you call yourself a king, but then you got the correctional officers that's running your life. Then they stopped a lot of programs to help you in a more mental, healthier way because they want you to stay sick, dependent. They make good money off of your body.
Yeah,
And then y'all want to talk about slavery. Want to talk about slavery?
I mean, you know what? The ones that are in there need the most help anyway. The ones that are in prison, they're the ones that need the most help anyway.
I feel you. And you so correct.
Because they don't have a chance to have a meeting in their facility. And if they do, a lot of them aren't going. But a lot of them are thinking about it, but is not too sure how to get involved. If you can understand what I'm trying to say.
Yep. Because when I was
But I
over
mean-
there, I talked with the warden. And I
Right.
told the warden, I said, once I get this thing situated, I have no problem coming back and helping with programs because I did a commitment over there for about 10 years. So I know how important it is to educate them, to change that mindset. And I know now how a lot of the correction officers don't want them to change because that's
Right.
how they get paid as far as keeping
Exactly.
their jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we can turn at least one person out of 10 people, we've successfully done our job.
And that's what I learned, OG. If I can just help one individual, I might not never know who it is.
No.
But the point is, when I come on this talk show, rather I have viewers or not, I know, or I don't see them up top. I know people out there listening. Already know. Already know. That's why I don't give up. Because I know it's people in the hallway. I know it's people cross the seas and countries, and they going through what they going through, and they trying to figure out a way to slow a lot of this stuff down in their country, in their city, in their community. Already know that. Already know it. This is a form of networking. That's what it is. When I talk about strengthening the community, that's me commercializing in my business. That's me advertising my business. When I talk about the LaTanya D. Copeland House of Hope, that's me commercializing my business. That's me talking about my business. Even when I do the couch talk, even when I do the Be More Team talk, all of this is the way I give out, report certain things. I talk about life, talk about trauma or past experiences and what people can do to live a more healthier life today. I know this is not for everybody. Everybody ain't trying to hear that mess. They want to stay sick. I already know all that. But I keep coming back with spiritual uplifting stuff because I will do the search on it. What can I say this time to empower the people, inspire the people, motivate the people? We already know the problem. We already know the corruption, what's going on. We already know the system, know where it's coming from. We already know that, but what is we going to do to slow a lot of it down? What are we going to do? Wait a minute, OG. Wait a minute, because I had to unlock that thing. What we going to do? And that's why I be telling people, right? I'm not for everybody platform. I'm not trying to be smart. I know some people that write some real good prompts that have you focus on yourself, which I love it. But then the prompt is asking you certain things about you. But what people have a tendency of doing on TikTok, the prompt is asking them about them. They talk about everybody else's life, but their own. See, that's the stuff that gets me. And then you wonder why everybody over there arguing back and forth with each other, because they coming from what they think, how they feel, their opinion, and all of that. And that's what causes the arguments.
Always. By then I've already picked up my book and left, or went to another damn table.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I'm trying to.
I mean, and that's, you know what? And that's another good thing about the program. If you're not happy at a table, get your ass up and go to another one.
Yep.
That's your choice, to stay there and be harassed, or get up and go to another fucking table.
You see what God has put there.
Because if it was me and I was in there, I would have told him, look, get your ass up and go to another fucking table, shut your mouth, and listen. Period.
You
Stop
see-
arguing.
You see what Goddess Queen said?
Don't even, matter of fact, don't even open up your mouth to tell your story at all. You're here to listen. You're not here to talk. You're here to listen. That's all I want you to do is listen. I don't need you to talk because you're not ready to talk yet. Period.
Hey, OG, you
And this
see
is
what
and this
OG?
is the way. And you know what? Sometimes this is the way I have to come, bro.
Listen, did you see what God has
Why?
put here? God is saying, love self whole and change the world. Love self first and change the
Of
world.
course.
Yeah.
That's all. You know, that's always been first for me, especially through my recovery journey. It's always been on top of my list. You know. Yeah, but sometimes I have to tell them you're here to listen. You're not here to open up your mouth because your mouth is not ready to tell your story. Because you ain't ready yet. So just shut up and listen.
And you know what that statement sound like to me, OG? What came across my head? Each one teach one. Listen to learn and learn while you're listening. This is
Yeah.
what OG is saying. That's why
Fucking
when
notes if they have to.
yeah, that's why when he said it, what came to my mind was each one teach one. And if you study, be honest, I had to. When I first came around, shut the book up. I had to shut up because I thought I knew everything. It was people like OG that had to keep me on point. Look, man, you don't know nothing. Let us teach you this new way. I'm telling you, this is what the way OG talking is how the predecessors presented it during that time. A lot of us, be honest with you, we watch what you do. We will give you a suggestion. That's all we can do. If we say do a 90-90, get a home group, get a sponsor, we giving you suggestions. Once you start doing it, well, we might be your sponsor, I'm just saying. But once you start taking the suggestions and doing what we say, we realize you serious at that time about turning your life around. Some predecessors, and I got to go to OG, will come hard, raw, and give it to you. You know, now that I've been in for a while, my thing is, I know sometimes people got to do what they got to do to learn from it. But I love when I hear a predecessor like OG talking, because he helps me to understand the ground root of everything. Y'all lives, I was going to say more important to us. You know, our lives first with God, you get it? Then us giving it back to y'all. So y'all lives and helping y'all move in the proper direction is really, 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 really important
In our
to
hands.
us. There you go. Thank you, OG. I was trying to watch certain things, but thanks, OG. Thanks, OG.
Your life is in our hands.
And we are held accountable for your life.
Because as your sponsor, we are totally responsible for your recovery.
There you go.
So therefore, if you want a sponsor that's going to be a little lenient, sorry, that's not how this program works. There's no easy way to doing this damn program. You're gonna have to go through the whole 12 steps. Because you're gonna have to work for what I have. And I have 37 years clean. So therefore you need to do some hard working. And when I send you to a meeting, you will have a sign-in sheet. You will do 90 and 90.
Come on, OG, you taking me back. You taking me back.
No, it's being honest though. It's being honest and raw. Find you a sponsor, find you a home room, and get on with your recovery. Period. Now, if you want me for your sponsor, fine. you'll do exactly as I suggest you to do.
Oh,
There's no yes or no questions about it. If I ask you to do something or suggest you to do something, I seriously hope you're going to do it. Because if not, I will come at you raw and I will make you cry or break down one. So, I mean, you do what I ask you to do and everything will be all right.
see, I love
Yeah,
the way OG word.
I know I had to go back old school, bro. I'm sorry.
I love the way OG is wording it, because what I was telling the lady the other day, OG, with the housing program, and y'all know I work with women and children, and most of the women I work with is like 40.
It's all
So,
about helping
so
them
they remind me,
remember who they are.
right?
Yeah,
They
you're
remind
right.
me
You're
of my
right.
daughters. So sometimes dad will show up. Big Unc might show up because we want the best. We want the best for you. My thing to OG, which I sent the message over. Women that get state funding, right? My goal with our program is to help you to become more independent financially, where you really don't have to rely on the state and government funding. But now, as I was looking at this, OG, I'm just use this as an example. A mother that has about 5 children, if she's making about 70, 80,000, right, a year to maintain her household, pay her bills, take care of her children, and if she got 5, it dawned on me she still might need SNAP assistance. You get me? Now, not only that, she probably would still need medical assistance, even though when you're in a different tax bracket, like making 70, 80,000, your company kind of provides this stuff that you pay into. But now I'm looking at the mother. I'm looking at the single mother because the father is not there, or fathers. That don't mean if you and the mother is not together, brothers, I want y'all to understand this. If she got about 5 kids, she's maintaining that household by herself. And if you don't give her no extra money to help her maintain it, she's going to struggle. But y'all will turn around and start whining. But they are your children that she got a roof over their heads and you living somewhere else and ain't even worried about it. So you're going to get mad when Big Unc come. You're going to get mad when Pop run off of his mouth. Because number one, rather you with the mother or not, them children still need you. Come on, Goddess. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks for having me up.
You're welcome.
I just come in and listen. Thanks for having me up. Put my little comments.
Well, no, because you know what? We really do need a woman's point of view on this. I mean, it's basically towards the women. This question is. So give us your honest opinion and don't hold back, because you see, I don't.
Oh, no, never. Never me. You can see my bio. I'm, very blunt. I'm straightforward. But, it's to each his own. I don't really know how to answer props like this because it's just to each his own. I don't judge anyone, but I know my purpose here is to just spread love. But I know why they're hurting. I know that. I know everybody dealing with their trauma. I know that. I know that we all are one. I know that. I'm very intuitive. I know how to read people, and we all can get that gift. But it's all about loving self whole first. And then everything else will fall in line. If you're whole, all whole, people are going to gravitate towards you. Because you attract who you are. Whatever level in life you're on, that's what you're going to attract. If you're on a low level, you're going to attract low level people. If you're on a high level, they coming. Y'all going to rise together. That's your tribe. Build. Change the world. Love. If the child ain't even yours, still love on that child. If that person doing wrong, even if that man doing wrong, show him how to do right. Say, man, look, come with me. Go show them something. You know, because a lot of men don't know how to fix cars. It's just like, oh my goodness, baby, how you living out here? You just walking. Baby, that's living blind. You know, like, So that's what I do. I just spread love, listen to my people pain, and give them what I got. I try to change that negative to positive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on.
Yeah.
That's my purpose here in life. Because I love all my people, good or bad. Because the bad ones, they here to teach us lessons. They do they bad, it makes us feel, oh my God, that's wrong. Yeah, but we feel, it makes us feel we alive. And we supposed to change that frequency. We don't supposed to talk about it down or nothing. We supposed to change it. Like, okay, because when I see stuff, I'm like, how could I change that? Like I think a homeless man on the train didn't have no socks on, no shoes. Every time I go to work, I'm seeing him. I'm like, I got to get this man some socks and shoes. So yeah, I get him some socks and shoes. And he was just so happy. Yes. Yeah. I like to fix things. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to see things like that and change.
Right. And you know what, God is, that's what Christ did. That's what Christ did. And when I hear us, right, and I look at Christ, how he came and how he went back into the community, him and the disciples, right?
Wow.
And because you know that's our calling. Look, I'm starting to stutter.
It's about remembering. It's
Yeah.
about remembering who we are.
Yeah, God is
program.
look, I'm starting to stutter, right? But it's true because I kind of laugh, right? Because I'm an ordained deacon. I got ordained deacon in 2009. And I'm sitting in the balcony, right? And the Holy Spirit hit me and said, I need you more out there than in here. I was arguing with the Holy Spirit. I said, I ain't going out there, blah, 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 blah. It was like God saying, who can better help my people than you? I'm in the streets. But I like saying that, God, is because when you know when you recognize there you go. When you recognize your calling and your purpose, I'm like, and I keep it up front because, you know, I appreciate and I love the life I live. And because I experienced that, and it's not to knock nobody, just like you said, never, ever, 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 ever. Because I thank God for everything I've been through because I'm able to help others by sharing my story on how they can come up out of it and just deal with life today in some peace with a peace of mind. You get me? That's important, Queen.
Because when they see you, they gonna start changing piece by piece anyway, because your energy, your new energy is going to flow on them if they talk to you on the phone, if they're
Right.
around you. You know, they're gonna see that change in you and they're gonna be like, okay, I want some of what he got, and it's gonna rub off on them. And then there it is. It's that cycle of paying it forward. And that's how we change the world.
That's all.
That's how we change the world.
Wow.
And see, you know what?
That's how
Right
people
now,
that say this world ain't gonna never change, baby. Baby, you're wrong.
Yup.
Don't
This-
change,
this-
baby. Because I'm here.
this,
I know what
this
I
here.
hold. I know what
Yeah,
my God
this-
gave me. And I just need my tribe. We gonna Dragon Ball Z it, baby.
There you go. There you go.
Baby, it's coming. It's coming. It's happening right now. Yeah, we see all this bad happening. It hurts our heart. It does.
Thank you,
But just think
Queen.
about, keep on doing good and think about what's coming. Because, baby, we change the world every day when we do good. When we go out there happy, we making other people happy. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Life is wonderful. But yes, it is a mess. But it's wonderful because we got the power to control what happens in our life. We have that power. Yes. God gave us that. That's that choice God gave to us.
Yes.
That's that choice. You know? But yeah, I love you. I love y'all, you know?
Look, I was
Thanks for
reading
having
your
me.
comments. I love it.
keep on changing the world. You know what I'm saying?
I was
And walk
reading your
that walk.
comments.
You know what I'm saying? Because they looking at you.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't
One
always
person
gonna
at a
want to hear
time.
what you saying. They gonna want to see it.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You got to show it because actions speak louder than words.
I say it all the time, Queen.
Show
And
it.
I know
do too.
I got a big mouth. But I tell everybody, I said, guess what? My actions speak louder than anything I could say out my mouth.
It's right.
You know it.
I was taught that.
Words. Yeah.
I'm picking with my daughter, right? She sent me a message. I said, I need you to come up on the platform, right? They're not as open as their father. I said, pray on it because I need my family to come and encourage others. You know, my daughters come through, my son come through, my nieces come through. I'll be like, come on up. They be like, no, Dad, nope, no. But I want them to come up because they are very responsible and productive men and women. And I need them to just say some stuff to encourage a 23-year-old or, you know, a younger person, a 25-year-old, to help them understand that you can come out of certain destructive lifestyle and be successful in life. They all went to college. They all doing their things. So that's what I share. God is just to help people understand that you can be successful in life. It's the work you got to put in. That's all me and OG over here steady saying. You are the one that have to do the work to turn your life around.
That's right. That is so true.
You want to hear? You really want to hear how God is good right now to me?
All right.
I have this. You know that I have a best friend. Okay, my best friend came over here Tuesday crying. I mean, straight out bawling, crying, hysterical. I get up out of a sound sleep and I said, bro, what's the matter? We'll come to find out, his best friend lost his mate Tuesday morning. And here's the crazy part. When my friend was on the phone with him, I told him, I said, you remember what you told me 2 years ago about my wife? He said, yeah. I said, take the same advice. I said, but this time God is taking you through this pain, through this hurt, through this journey. He's molding you into something else. He's molding you better. He's molding you to be a better person for yourself and for the people around you. And you know what? He understood that. He took it. He was like, you know what? He told my best friend, he said, tell Jeff I said thank you, because that really did help. You know, and that was 2 years ago when I lost my spouse. I lost my wife 2 years ago. In 2 years almost, when he lost his mate. So yeah, that's how God is working through me.
You feeding back what was given to you.
Yep. But I carry pain too. I try to heal people. I try to take some of the pain away from them because I know how much it hurts. This, that, and the other. And God has already made me strong enough to be able to help someone like him right now. You know, he already molded me for this. I've already been through the pits of fire. I've already grown to where I'm supposed to grow. But I know I'm not done. I know I still got more burnings to do.